Good evening and welcome to the November 12th, 2024 meeting of the Township Council. Ms. Marsh.
In accordance with the requirements of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting was included in the annual meeting notice, which was filed in the office of the Township Clerk, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, published as legal notice in the Suburban Trends and Daily Record newspapers, and distributed to all persons requesting notice in accordance with Township policy.
Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and followed by a prayer and a moment of thanks for individuals serving our nation. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious Providence, we ask that you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding so that every deliberation will result in actions which will promote the common good and the general welfare for all of the people of Pequannock Township. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for that. Ms. Marsh, please call the roll.
Mr. Dracy?
Present.
Mrs. Florence Lynch? Here. Mr. Cole?
Here.
Mrs. Russell?
Here.
Mayor Hurd?
Excellent, thank you. Next on the agenda is presentations. So we've got some Eagle Scouts here, and we want to acknowledge them. So if council would like to join me down there, that'd be great. So I got a bunch of proclamations here for you guys. And you know what?
Come on up.
We're lucky enough that we have an amazing amount of volunteers, both on the Cub Scout, Boy Scout, Girl Scout side, right? If it wasn't for all the volunteers, this would never happen. So each one of these fine young gentlemen has attained the rank of Eagle Scout, which is a pretty big deal. And it's worthy of acknowledgement. What do you think? Not bad. So what we're doing here is we have a proclamation and we're going to read each one of them. So it is in the public record of the Pequannock Township. Because what you guys did, and I believe there was 80, there's up to 80 Eagle Scouts just from Pequannock. So you guys are awesome. You did all 80 of them, right?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Getting close.
We're getting there. Yeah, you should tell. Ask them which one got Eagle Scout first.
I'm not going to ask.
It was a tie.
Hey, Dad, too. Yeah.
Where are they getting the height from?
Well, let's start with Michael. Let's talk about you first, okay? So, this is from the Township of Pequannock. Whereas for more than 100 years, Boy Scouts of America has helped mold the future leaders of the country by combining educational activities with lifelong values with fun. And whereas the involvement of young men in the Boy Scouts of America is one of great importance to our community and our country. And whereas the rank of Eagle Scout is the highest honor a Scout can attain in the Boy Scouts of America. Whereas Pequannock Township resident Michael Blackman Thompson, I said that correctly, excellent, has earned the required merit badges and successfully completed a community service project building the chess table with benches at Greenview Farms. And whereas Michael is being present with the Eagle Scout Award at the Court of Honor on the 20th day of October 2024. Whereas Michael's scouting activities and achievements have brought honor to himself and his family and our community. Now, therefore, on behalf of the Township of Pequannock and its residents, Mayor Ryan Hurd, that's me, and the members of Town Council, that's them, hereby recognize the achievement of Michael Blackman Thompson in attaining the rank of Eagle Scout. Congratulations, Jeff. Good job. And I have to say, here's something interesting. So a little side note, I'm a runner. So I'm running around town, and it was after you completed the project, but I wasn't aware of it. So I'm running around town, I'm over at Greenview Lake, and I'm like, wow, this is really nice. And I started asking around, like DPW and Adam, I'm like, hey, where did we get this table? This thing is great. I didn't even know it was an Eagle Scout project. Like, we got to get more of that, because where it's placed overlooking the lake, the pond, which is now redone, what's even better, great. So I love the idea.
Are you a chess player?
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, are you a good chess player?
Yeah.
You want to
Make a
see?
little extra money on Saturdays, he's gonna be sitting down and going, yeah, don't play at home.
Because I say Tom Andrea helped you with that too, right?
Yeah, Tom does so much
Yeah, he
good
really
for
does.
the chess. I went one day and saw him and his group, I don't know if you were there at the time, with the younger kids, and there was a lot of them, and they're just all playing chess.
But
It's
now to have it,
really,
and it's like concrete, right?
yeah.
I mean, you can't move that thing. It's
That's
there, it's overlooking the lake. Beautiful. It's perfect.
Something that we
I love
didn't
it.
even know we needed, the way we need it, right? Yeah.
But thank you very much.
Bring your own pieces.
No, it was like precast pieces. We just had to assemble it on site.
But if you want to play chess, then you bring your own pieces to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is awesome. All right, next up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Tyler. Ready? All right.
We can't do his, he doesn't have a shirt on.
All right, Ryan.
That's fun.
All right, here we go. Whereas for more than 100 years, the Boy Scouts of America have helped mold the future leaders of this country by combining educational services and lifelong values with fun. And whereas the involvement of young men in the Boy Scouts of America is one of great importance to our community and our country. And whereas the rank of Eagle Scout is the highest honor a scout can attain in the Boy Scouts of America. And whereas Pequannock Township resident Tyler James Osborne has earned the required merit badges and successfully completed a community service project, which is landscaping at the library. Whereas Tyler's scouting activities and achievements have brought honor to his family, himself, and this community. Now, therefore, on behalf of the Township of Pequannock and its residents, Mayor Ryan Hurd, and the members of Township Council, hereby recognize the achievement of Tyler James Osborne in attending the rank of Eagle Scout. Thank you, sir.
Good job. Thank you for all the project.
There you are. So, there's one thing that you keep on seeing here, which is great. Our town is phenomenal, and we have a bunch of people that donate their time, whether it's open space community, first aid squad, you name it. We've got a bunch of great organizations in town. But then you have gentlemen like this, and everybody that's come before them, and all of these things that they're adding to the town, whether it's beautification, whether it's, we'll talk about bocce courts and whatnot, but all of these little things is what makes our town just absolutely gorgeous. It's like the icing on the cake, and I am so thankful to, the Cub Scouts, the Boy Scouts, and PAC 144, and all the Eagle Scouts, and all the parents that make this happen, because without you guys, it wouldn't be a beautiful town. So here we go. Which one? 50 rock, paper, scissors? Which?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So we're gonna go with Ryan first, huh? Any idea how this starts? Whereas, for more than 100 years, the Boy Scouts of America has helped mold the future leaders of this country by combining educational activities and lifelong values with fun. And whereas the involvement of young men in the Boy Scouts of America is of great importance to our community and our country. Whereas the rank of Eagle Scout is the highest honor a scout can attain in the Boy Scouts of America. Whereas Pequannock Township resident Ryan Charles Moore has earned the required merit badges and successfully completed a community service project, the new bocce ball court at PV Park, which is pretty cool. Whereas Ryan is being presented with Eagle Scout Award at a Court of Honor on the 6th day of October 2024. Whereas Ryan's scouting activities and achievements have brought honor to his family, himself, and this community. Now, therefore, on behalf of the Township of Pequannock and its residents, Mayor Ryan Hurd, and the members of Township Council, hereby recognize the achievements of Ryan Charles Moore in attaining the rank of Eagle Scout. That is awesome. Has anybody been able to see the bocce ball court yet?
I saw it, nice.
It is nice, yeah. A lot of work, huh, Ryan? But I'll tell you what, it was absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it.
And it's something that's going to be used for years to come.
Yeah.
John. All right, here we go. One more time. Whereas, for more than 100 years, the Boy Scouts of America future leaders of this country by combining educational activities and lifelong values with fun. And whereas the involvement of young men in the Boy Scouts of America is of great importance to our community and our country. Whereas the rank of Eagle Scout is the highest honor a Scout can attain in the Boy Scouts of America. And whereas Pequannock Township resident Sean Edward Moore has earned the required merit badges and successfully completed a community service project, which is the installation of the new decking around the fire pit at Greenview Park. And whereas Sean is being presented with the Eagle Scout Award at the Court of Honor on the 6th day of October 2024. And whereas Sean's scouting activities and achievements have brought honor to himself, his family, and his community. Now, therefore, on behalf of the Township of Pequannock, its residents, Mayor Ryan Hurd, and the memberships, members of the Township Council hereby recognize the achievement of Sean Edward Moore in attending the rank of Eagle Scout. Thank you. Another beautiful thing. So when we had the Court of Honor, I had the benefit of speaking there. And the interesting thing is when we talk about whether it's the bocce ball court, where we talk about the library, where we talk about the chess table, whether we talk about the fire pit, you know, these are all places that these kids have grown up. You know, Greenview Park is where the Cub Scouts, every single year we do a sleepover. We've got all of our tents up and all the fun that we've had, you know. And Greenview Park, as they grow older, the kids are riding their bicycles around and hanging out over there. And then, of course, the library through, you know, your whole time, whether it's Mommy and Me all the way up to, you know, today when you need some books. That's the great thing. Like, you guys, not only are you doing Eagle Scout, but you're giving back to the community, the place where you live, you've hung out, you've had some great memories. And these are the things that are really going to help that next generation of kids. So, I really appreciate everything you do, and let's give them a round of applause. All right, Mom, do you guys want to take pictures with all of us up here? Move over, guys.
Can we do a round of applause for the parents, too?
Oh, of course.
Which a lot of them are the parents that leave.
The parents are doing a great job. They're like, they keep on. You guys have to be in the middle. Come on. Back, come on. You want to hold up all the proclamations?
Yeah, do that. Over there. Okay.
Yeah, make sure you get the right one.
Yeah, like they can reach your
When did you get so tall? All right.
Thank you, everyone.
You guys are the future leaders, so.
Keep up the good work. Don't stop now. Keep it up.
All right. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Bye, guys. Thanks again.
See you later, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
All righty. All right, next on the agenda is report from volunteers. At this time are the reports or comments from any of the volunteers serving our community. No? You want to get up and start talking? I'll get used to it. All right, next on the agenda is public comment. Public comment period will be limited to a total of 30 minutes. An additional period for public comment is reserved later in the meeting. We welcome comments, suggestions, and questions during the comment period. However, the purpose of this is to allow public comment, not to engage in dialogue. If you have a specific question, please feel free to pose it and then follow up with staff via telephone or email. As a reminder, comments are limited to 3 minutes. If anybody wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized. Come to the microphone and provide your name for the record. Come on up.
Good evening. I'm Emma.
Hi,
Emma.
Emma.
I'm Caroline.
Hey, Caroline.
I'm Chloe.
Hey, Chloe.
I'm Olivianne.
Hey, Olivianne.
We are the part of Girl Scout Troop 96818, and we're in the process of completing our Silver Award, where we take our interests and make it into a project that will positively impact our community and environment. We have chosen to help monarch butterflies recover with the help of Monarch City USA, an organization started in 2015 that helps monarch butterflies. We want to get our town involved in helping monarch butterflies and eventually make our town into Monarch City USA town.
To complete our Silver Award, we must create a project using our interests that are capable of bettering the community. So, we have chosen to help the monarch butterfly population with the assistance of the Monarch City USA organization. The town of Pequannock can be of service by planting greenery that attracts and benefits monarchs. The increased population of monarch butterflies will allow for a healthier community in numerous ways. Not only will they make our town prettier, they are also pollinators, which will allow fruits and flowers to thrive and grow healthier. To further add, Monarch City USA recognition highlights our efforts and commitment to improving the environment.
To become a Monarch City town, the local government must register with Monarch City USA. The cost of the registration is $50, which can be covered by the town or our troop. Our troop will purchase signs that will be placed around town. We will also be purchasing milkweed seeds and working with the environmental committee to plant them. Finally, with the town council's permission, we will encourage residents to plant their own milkweed seeds and nectar plants to attract monarch butterflies to our town.
Thank you so much for inviting us to share our plan to better our community. We are excited to make our town a Monarch City USA town and have the community participate in such a wonderful cause. We are excited to get started. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think that's a great idea. Just one thing, if you ladies could send an email afterwards with the links of like registration of the town, all that kind of stuff, so this way we could look into it.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I believe I've corresponded with somebody
Excellent.
already, so just follow up with whatever we need to do. We'll take care of it and send you the registration.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
All right, anybody else? Come on up.
Dana Witzak, 6 Bryan Court, and I'm sorry, but I need to read. I'm still on my library thing, okay? I'm not getting off of this for a while right now. I'm going to continue to attend the meetings at the library, but I don't like the direction that this Board of Trustees is going. So I saw a post on Facebook about Pequannock, what is happening, where is the small town acceptance and tolerance that accepts and values everyone? This can't be a political motive, can it? Our library has operated for years without controversy. Must everything cause division? And I read that, and I read that a couple of times because it's too bad that this person posted it on Facebook and doesn't go to the library meetings and actually address it there where the problem is, okay? And I say problem. I responded to her, and I wrote, I've been attending meetings since they forced Debbie Maynard to resign. The trustees' role are to determine the mission of the library, setting the policy that governs the library, hiring and evaluating a library director, and overseeing the general management of the library. A town council member is appointed as liaison to the board. What I've noticed at these meetings, town council calls the shots, and most of the trustees vote that way. The town council liaison seems to have a great deal of influence on some of these trustees. This is not how the board is supposed to act, and this is all political. A lot has to do with the town council appointed liaison. I will keep my thoughts about the township manager to myself, but in my honest opinion, he is also part of the problem. He refused to meet with Ms. Maynard to discuss library matters, from which I understand is part of his role as township manager. Another town council member / mayor has some great influence on matters as well. Township council has overstepped their authority. This is my personal observation, observation. I don't believe I'm too far off on this either. Come to the next meeting on November 20th at 7 p.m. and see for yourself. And again, I'm trying to still understand and wrap my head around this, is how a person that was in a position for 10 years is forced out because she asked for some respect at these meetings, the same respect that the board president is asking for at these meetings as well. Okay, I've attended a couple of these meetings, and I see where a lot of the animosity is that we're not even allowed to speak at these meetings anymore. Ms. White has made that perfectly clear. She's not going to have public comments. And I can't understand why the public is not allowed to ask questions on something that affects not just me, but everybody in this community. Whether you like the library or not, if you don't like it, don't go. But a lot of people do enjoy that library, and I don't like the direction that it's headed, okay? And to have somebody resign after 10 years because maybe somebody didn't agree with her on something, to me, that's what I see. You could say anything you want to me that that's not how it is, but I'm seeing it in the meetings too. I'm seeing one of the board of trustees didn't agree with somebody on an issue, and she's ostracized for it. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's her opinion. And it's not like this rubber stamp thing across the board. She said she spoke up, and I'm seeing it everywhere. I saw it with the parking lot. You said, oh, we'll pay this much, and every single member here agreed with that. Not one person said, well, wait a minute, maybe the library will pay more, maybe the library will pay less. I'm still thinking that the town should pay for that parking lot. The library money should not pay for any of that parking lot. But I still, again, I'm going to keep going to these meetings. I'm actually going to the Butler meeting because I want to see how their board of trustees runs their meetings as well. It can't be like this. And I was at one meeting where people were yelling out, calling names and stuff. That I don't agree with either, and I spoke up about that. I don't think any members of the audience or any member of the trustees or council should be calling people names. You need to listen more, okay? The public is trying to speak at these meetings, and nobody's listening to that. So that's all I got. Oh, I do have to admit, I got really excited at the last town council meeting when you went over where the town council is involved with the library and so forth. And you keyed in on certain things, and I think I kind of mentioned it in my response to this woman before you said that. And darn it, you couldn't do it before those last public meetings. I would have been more than happy to share this then. But thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Come on up.
Good evening, Council. Sharon Taylor. I would just like to comment, I am so proud of these 4 young ladies. They are true leaders in this township, and I am so proud of the project that they're going to do. And I'm a gardener for life, so I can tell you that whatever you need, I will be happy to support you. And I think that also, just so you know, National Wildlife Federation, you can also create home gardening and educate. So it would be a great project for you to combine with the Monarch for the state. And I am so happy and proud to see what they're going to do. And my question to them, which I'm sure you'll post or you can answer, but when you're going to start that project and how you're going to let the township know, it'd be a great township-wide project. So, and I'm very proud of the Boy Scouts too, but it takes a lot for a young woman to stand up here and speak, and they created a nice positive environment for what they're going to do for this township, and they should be recognized for that.
Agreed.
Congratulations.
All right, anybody else? Okay, seeing none. Moving right along. Next on the agenda is a manager's report. Mr. Brewer.
Thank you, Mayor. A number of items in my written report. First, thank you to Mr. Cantizano, always does an excellent job with the annual Board of Health meeting.
Sure does.
Appreciate his efforts and that of all the people that work with him to accomplish it. For the council's consideration this evening, there is an ordinance to introduce that includes either changes to recreation fees or additional fee, or new programs with new fees. A summary of that ordinance has been provided in the memo. If there are questions, concerns, thoughts when we get to the ordinance as it is itself, the council is free to make any changes, or if the council would like anything researched, we can get back to the council, staff and I, at the next council meeting, if the council chooses not to introduce it. Next item, cottage food home occupation ordinance. Council introduced this ordinance, which is scheduled for public hearing at the next council meeting on November 26th. As the council may be aware, as this affects zoning, there's a required review of the planning board to determine consistency or lack thereof with the master plan. The planning board has not met, and we don't believe they will actually meet until after the 26th. So recommendation will be for the governing body to open the public hearing, hear anyone who wants to say anything about it on the 26th, and then carry it until December 10th. So just a heads up on scheduling and what that involves. With respect to non-residential land use fees, consistent with the direction that ordinance has been prepared for potential introduction by the governing body, Mr. Oostdijk clarified some things that were a little bit ambiguous, but I'll leave that to him to describe once we get to the ordinance. No significant changes from what was previously directed, just some clarification to avoid confusion. Next two items, a little bit of discussion if the council sees fit. The first is the Rotary Club reached out and would like to make a donation of a bike rack. Included in the council's packet is a picture of what that bike rack, as I understand it, will look like. There was some discussion over where to put it. Staff had a recommendation and Rotary had some ideas. So I listed the three spots in the memo that have been discussed, which include Greenview Park, Washington Park, and PV Park. If the council sees fit to give me direction on where they want it, I don't know if Mrs. Florence Lynch wants to provide any color to that.
Yes, I did just reach out earlier today to talk to the chair that's heading up this grant project for the bicycle racks, which is Herb Hamilton for Rotary. First of all, I know you guys are looking at this in black and white, but if you noticed in the email, the color has changed. Instead of going with the green and yellow, it's going to actually be blue and yellow, blue and gold. Just blue and gold. Yeah, blue and gold, which is really the same colors as Rotary as well. So if everybody's okay with that, that's going to be the color. There's one going in each town, one in Pequannock, one in Riverdale, and one in Lincoln Park. You can actually, if you're wondering how it works, it gets mounted like on a cement slab, or like, in a parking lot, whatever, on macadam, and you can obviously hook up or lock up several bikes to it by just bringing one of those bicycle chains or whatever. So I know that tomorrow Rotary has a recommendation, I believe, at Greenview Park, but if no one objects, unless somebody has some thoughts, we'll let Adam and DPW work with the Rotary directly on where to mount it. And if we see fit, get DPW involved to help.
I think it's a great idea. Melissa, it's just one, and we can pick up...
It's just one in each town this year. Anyway, if it works out great and you find out people are using it, maybe in the future you can have more.
I think it's so cool. It looks great.
Of course, they were looking for a place that where it will get used, but also be visible, of course.
Yes.
And initially, they had brought up the train station. We knocked that down right away. That is not a place
Be visible.
That is not a place where, we don't want kids hanging out there. We're not going to put a bicycle rack there. That was quickly tabled. And we talked about Greenview Park, PV Park, and Washington Park. So if anybody has any other thoughts, we're probably leaning towards Greenview Park.
Greenview's probably makes the best.
And then they can work with you on, what the best location is.
Yeah.
If the council's all right with, I'll proceed with working with them. And
Does staff have a recommendation where it's...
the need really presents itself at PV Park. That's where we're going to be looking to purchase them. But based upon the prominence of the location, I think Greenview was more palatable to Rotary.
Okay.
Like whether it be near the baseball field or whether it be near the tennis courts, you guys can determine that. But
I think wherever it goes, it'll be used and appreciated.
Sounds good.
Council's okay with that? We'll proceed with
You guys okay with that?
Where do the bikes actually go in this?
They go to the side.
They don't
strap
go
them
in.
to it.
You just wrap a chain around it.
Right.
Oh, so it's not like a normal bike rack?
No, you don't do like this, yeah.
So how many bikes can it fit?
With kids, 20.
Kids, 20.
Just keep strapping it to it.
How many people can a cake feed? That's how big the slices
One.
are.
Yeah, okay.
The one you're looking at here happens to be in Denville, like right out where the shops are and stuff. That's where that one's mounted.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
And then last item within my report, Ms. Marsh, the Township Clerk, has drafted up a version of the 2025 meeting schedule for the council's review and any discussion or input. Obviously, if there's questions, we can schedule this for action at a future meeting. We're not looking for formal action on this tonight before we
Right, I
review.
can look at the calendar.
And then lastly, with respect to the reorganization meeting, that does need an independent resolution, which again will be scheduled at a future meeting, but if the council believes it's okay, the schedule of days falls in our favor in 2025, so the 7th is a Tuesday, and it falls within the prescribed time period to have a reorganization meeting, so if it's amenable to the council,
On the 7th?
we can do, whatever time is preferred, 6 o'clock, if that works for everybody, is...
I'm good on the 7th.
6 o'clock?
6 o'clock works.
Yeah, I'm good.
Is that what we told Brian? 6 o'clock? We gave him a tentative.
Okay, very good.
Time.
And then with respect to the meeting calendar, that it reflects direction and discussion at prior meetings and the desire of council, specific to November in recognition of Veterans Day. That meeting is moved to Monday. That's why it's not on Tuesday, the 11th.
Would anybody object to one meeting in December
For 2025?
2025?
Subject to the potential to schedule a special meeting for the simple role of paying bills,
Right, yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
which we may need to do in 2024.
So do you want to do this, like the third Tuesday of the month, the 16th, rather than the second?
The 17th, I mean?
Are you talking 24 or 25?
Oh.
2025.
Yeah.
Or we can just do Tuesday in the afternoon. Don't we normally do like an afternoon meeting? Oh, UA?
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying one meeting in
Just one
December.
meeting in December.
Oh, just one meeting in December?
Like on
And
the,
then
What
if-
about paying the bills?
If needed, we could
If
do
we need to, we could add
a
one.
Friday afternoon.
If it's later in the month, we have less of a need.
Okay.
It just depends.
I'm fine with that. What'd you
That's
say, the 16th?
16th,
We
third
have to make
Tuesday?
sure there's not nobody's using the room, though.
So we can check that?
Yeah, 17th, sorry.
17th.
Is there consensus for the 17th?
I'm fine, as long as the room's available.
Now we're adding one?
No, in lieu of the meeting on December 9th, move the meeting back to the third week, December 7th.
And just having
Okay.
the one.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Mr. Dreesy? Sure. Okay. Excellent. The resolution will be prepared for the next meeting on the 26th, unless there's any questions. That concludes my report.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, there are no public hearings scheduled for this evening. Next on the agenda is introduction of ordinances. Mrs. Marsh.
Ordinance number 2024-19 is an ordinance amending Chapter 152 of the Code of the Township of Pequannock and revising the application fee for preliminary major non-residential site plans.
2024.
Mr. Brewer, any comments?
As discussed at the previous council meeting, this ordinance relates to a concern raised over the fees associated with an application for a non-residential development site, and the concern that our fees were out of proportion with our neighbors and a little arduous for anybody looking to redevelop a non-residential site. Mr. Osteich, I don't know if you want to mention any of the minor changes you made since the discussion at the last.
Yeah, we're calling it now gross square feet, floor area of the improvement, so.
Okay.
Of the improvement out of the building.
That's correct, not of the whole building.
Got it.
Are there any comments from council? Or questions?
Looks good.
No,
Dave,
it looks
Melissa?
good. It looks
Yeah,
good. We
I'm
talked
good.
about it.
Is there a motion to introduce this ordinance on its first reading?
I'll make that motion to introduce 2024-19.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Who gets the second on that one? Okay.
Give it to Melissa.
Mr. Dreesy?
Yes.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Hurd.
Yes. Next on the agenda is introduction of ordinance number 2024-20. Ms. Marsh.
Ordinance 2024-20 is an ordinance amending Chapter 152 of the Code of the Township of Pequannock and revising fees for certain parks and recreation activities and programs of Morris, State, New Jersey, and appropriating the sum of $30,000 to $325,000 for financing thereof.
Mr. Brewer, is there any comments?
Again, these fees are at the recommendation of staff who reviewed the existing fees and the new programs. If the council is amenable, they can be introduced. If there's any questions or any changes required, we can discuss.
Are there any questions or comments from council?
And they're so reasonable.
That was the wrong title, by the way.
Yeah.
There's no $325,000 there.
I was like,
Do you want me to read that again?
Yes.
Okay. Ordinance 2024-20 is an ordinance amending Chapter 152 of the Code of the Township of Pequannock and revising fees for certain parks and recreation activities and programs. That sounds much more palatable.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, wait, what's the money for?
$325,000 to participate in soccer.
So we're not,
Best soccer.
we're not changing the
Inflation.
fees at PV Park this year?
PV Park and
changed
Woodland
last
were all last year. We tend to do this every couple of years in small amounts as opposed to way
Yeah,
Okay.
seems reasonable.
Works for me.
Any other questions or comments from council?
Nope.
All right, is there a motion to introduce this ordinance on first reading?
I'll make a motion to introduce ordinance number 2024-20.
Can I get a
I'll
second?
second.
Roll call?
Mr. Dreesy?
Yes.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Hurd.
Yes. Next on the agenda is resolutions. Ms. Marsh.
Beginning with Resolution R 2024-204, authorizing the transfer of 2024 current fund budget appropriations. 205, authorizing the transfer of 2024 sewer utility fund budget appropriations. 206, authorizing cancellation of outstanding checks. 207, canceling unexpended general capital appropriation balances. 208, appointing a municipal housing liaison. 209, authorizing the execution of amendment to the lease of real property with West Park Business Associations Incorporated for the construction and operation of a water blending facility. 210, authorizing tax office refunds, overpayments, or cancellations. 211, authorizing release of deposits for construction in a township right-of-way. And R 2024-212, approving payment of the itemized claims as set forth on the October 18th, 2024 bill list and 2018 FEMA elevation escrow list.
All right, is there any comments on the resolutions from council?
I got one question, but go ahead, Melissa.
No, mine had to do with 208 with the municipal housing administrative agent. Is that someone else other than
So
Piazza?
on the agenda, it says administrative agent, which is Piazza and Associates, but there's supposed to be a staff member who's the municipality liaison. So it's two separate positions with different responsibilities.
What, did we have that before? Or not?
I've always kind of functioned in that
Yeah.
role. I thought I had that title, but
Right.
apparently when the state asked for it, we didn't have the resolution in place. So this is memorializing an
Okay.
existing operational thing.
Okay, great.
The actual resolution has the correct title in it.
Okay, got it.
And
Thank you.
that individual is me.
Right, okay.
Dave, you had a question?
Yeah, does this mean someone has a check for $775.90 and didn't cash it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And if there's any concern over that, if they go to cash in and it's been canceled and they're owed the money and they come back to us, we'll reissue their check. But from an accounting perspective, leaving checks outstanding for more than 12 months.
Do we reach out to them and say, hey,
We do not.
cash in your check? No. Okay.
And where is that?
Kyle, you have any
We
questions?
do this every year. It's amazing.
Yeah.
John, any questions?
No, sir.
All right, is there a motion to adopt these resolutions?
I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution R 2024-204 through R 2024-212.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mr. Dreesy?
Yes.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Hurd.
Yes. In the meantime, Adam, you wanted to say something?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I just need to, one, apologize to Mr. Cole. He was correct. I believe that date is the 16th. My calendar didn't advance forward. So Carol, for the benefit of the second meeting, or the only meeting scheduled for December of 2025,
Would be the 16th.
it is the 16th. And I failed to ask the council with respect to scheduling of meetings. Usually this meeting we discuss when your appointments meeting will be. So I didn't know if anyone wanted to take the lead on the discussion. of when-
12/16 work for anybody?
Yeah,
At 6
that's fine.
o'clock? That's a Monday?
Yeah, for discussion committees, yeah, that's fine.
Does that work for you?
December 16th.
Yeah. Kyle or John?
Hold on, let me...
16th works for me.
It works for me.
Should.
What time?
What time? Yeah.
6 o'clock? So this would be appointments for 2025.
Yes.
I'm good.
16th, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You're more than welcome to attend, Ryan, but you're not going to be able to really say anything or
Oh, I can say things.
decide who's going on what committee. Am I correct, Bob?
That's correct. You know, we say things, just can't.
Yeah.
I'll definitely say it.
vote.
And we said if we
You're
need,
not going to vote on anything
And
anyway.
if we need a second one, I think we should have our second December meeting on 12/19 at 1 o'clock, and if we need to, we can meet at 12 o'clock to discuss any late appointments.
So should the need present itself to have a special meeting, for example, to simply pay bills or any other action, noon on the 19th, and then appointments at 1 o'clock?
Wait, I thought we moved the meeting to the 6th.
No, I thought we were going to do the appointments at 12 and the meeting at 1.
Oh, appointments at 12, meeting at 1. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thought the meeting was on the
I will not be able to make it here by 12 on
Oh, right,
on the
okay, I'm sorry.
19th.
Can you make it at 1 and we do 1 and 2? So
I can make it at 1.
let's
they wanna
do
change
1
it.
o'clock meeting, 2
Yeah.
o'clock appointments.
okay.
Well,
Don't we have a meeting on the 16th?
That's in
That's next year.
2025.
Yeah, we're back to 2024. We started by talking about next year's
Yeah.
calendar, but we're talking about the committees for this year.
Right, so in 2024, we're meeting on the 16th, and if needed, the 19th.
No,
at
no.
1.
2024, we're meeting on the 9th. I'm sorry.
The 16th.
regular meeting's the 10th.
Regular
Monday,
meeting is the 10th.
Yeah, regular meeting. Right.
Special meeting for appointments is the 16th at 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
Right, that's what I said.
Yes.
The
Yep.
16th, that's 6 o'clock.
And then if we need to meet for another meeting for appointments, and if we need to meet for paying bills, the 20th.
I don't want to meet 3 times in a week. Jeez, you're killing me.
How do you see 3 times in a week?
Oh, because
We're the 16th, the 17th, and then the 20th.
the 16th will be the committee meetings at
Correct.
1 o'clock.
Ah, if
And
we
then
have
you
to, we
said
have
the
to, but-
19th would be,
Gee.
We don't have a meeting on the
We don't have a meeting on the 17th.
4th, right?
not the 17th.
Oh, that's next year.
In December of 2024, we have a meeting on the 10th.
Right.
We have a proposed meeting on the 20th at 1 o'clock. And we have a meeting on the 16th to go over committees.
Right.
And who's going on what committee and what council is going on being the lead.
All right, send that out in an email. I'm confused.
But what they were saying is if a second meeting is
Needed.
needed,
We can do it on the 20th after the
Yeah,
regular
we can do
meeting.
it one.
And I would suggest having the regular meeting first, as that may be shorter than the appointments meeting.
Yeah,
So
that
rather
works
than
for
wait
me.
around for a noticed meeting, you can almost notice them simultaneously.
Works for me.
I just realized I'm not going to be here.
I'm totally confused now. What do
I'm
we do?
sorry. Can we
Carol,
repeat the dates in
Yeah, 'cause
December?
Actually, you also.
I don't know, third base.
Regular,
let's-
yeah, who's on first?
Wait.
Regular meeting is on the 10th as scheduled.
Right.
I'm not here.
Special meeting for the discussion of appointments on the 16th at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Right.
And then the 20th, 1 o'clock.
Oh, so we're not doing the 19th.
You did bring up the 19th,
He
too.
did, but then that was a problem for somebody.
Oh, okay.
So the last discussion
But
was
I thought we moved it to like 1 o'clock from 12, that you started talking about.
whatever you guys want to do.
1 o'clock,
Do you want it on the 19th or the 20th?
20th.
All right.
So the 20th is what? Just appointments if you need it, or paying bills?
both. Two
time?
separate meetings.
Yeah, what was confusing.
1 o'clock
was we
for the
first-
regular meeting, 1:15 for the appointments,
If needed for the appointment.
if needed. Both of them will be if needed. We'll confirm.
Yeah.
And I think what confused everybody is then you also threw in, but if we need to pay bills, that's what happened. First, we started talking about the 19th, and it went to the 20th.
So it's the
A
20th.
lot of things happen.
So we're not meeting the
24th.
19th.
At what time? 1?
But you got,
20th.
did anybody have a problem
December
with the
20th at 1 p.m.?
19th? That's my question.
With what?
The
December 20th
19th,
at 1
because we
p.m.
did start talking about the 19th first.
I never said the 19th. Why, you can't make the 20th?
No, I can. It's just,
Okay.
it's a Friday before Christmas. I
At
thought
1 o'clock?
19th.
1 o'clock in the afternoon?
That's fine with me. I'm just being devil's advocate.
Mr. Ostek?
Yes, ma'am.
I can schedule that second meeting for immediately following, right?
You can.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Okay, is the calendar good?
Yeah.
Sorry for not bringing that up earlier, torturing everybody.
Yeah. All right. There are no items for discussion, no reports and notices. Council reports. Next on the agenda is council reports and announcements. Councilwoman Florence Lynch.
All right, just a couple of things. The Senior Advisory Committee, they ran a bus trip today for the seniors in town to the Hunterton Playhouse to see a Christmas show. I understand it went off without a hitch. They had pretty much a full bus, and they all made it back safe. And I'll get you a full report after our meeting on Wednesday. But I did talk to Bernice Sowers, the committee chair, just before this meeting, and she said it went great. And so thank you to Bernice, and Nancy Latta kind of was in charge of it today with getting everybody on the bus and making sure everybody got back. So that was great. We had our Shred Day. I hope a lot of you got to utilize it. Shred Day was this past Saturday at PB Park. I went down myself and brought about 10 boxes of papers, so that was great for me. I think we're doing this about, twice a year? The only thing I do want to say is moving forward, I'd like to see, in the past, we used to have the Environmental Commission kind of running that. Now I think it's just run by DPW.
We've never run it.
Never?
Never.
Huh.
I think you did the styrofoam thing.
We do the styrofoam, but we've never run.
I'll have to look back.
It's always been run by the town.
It's always been run by the town.
It really is run in association with the recycling coordinator, who previously was Pete Coriel. That role shifted with Pete's retirement to Public Works Department.
Because the only thing I want to say is the next time we run it, because it's in the back of the PV parking lot, which is great, a lot of people just didn't see it. So a sign out front when you enter the parking lot, because there was a bunch of people in PV Park, so that all the cars were parked there, so if you came in that main lot, they didn't know they were in the back corner, so maybe just a sign.
But I think a lot of those cars are parking there for the bike path.
Right, or whatever.
I was car number 2, and there had to be 20 cars behind me, so they knew where to go, I think. So.
I was going to say, every time I've gone, it's not been a problem. Everybody...
Yeah. No, I had no problem because I knew where it was. So this lady pulled up right after I was done, because there was no line when I went. And she just said she was driving around for quite a while, and she just thought if there was a small sign.
There's no problem with that. We can figure out a way to add
and just, and maybe, just, I know it was on the website. I think it got on Facebook, but maybe just, a little bit more communication. Again, utilizing the sign out front would have been good, but I don't think we got it on the sign. And I am going to look back in my notes, because I've been on council since 2019. I could have sworn Environmental Commission did it at one time, but maybe I'm wrong. Or helped with it at the event, So that was it. What else do I have? But it was a great event. Thank you for that. The Veterans Concert by the third graders at SJG. It was such a beautiful tribute to our veterans. They work hard at that, and it was a wonderful day. Don't forget, the tree lighting is December 1st. I had that on my notes. And leaf pickup, I know it's been a little bit of a challenge with all the leaves that are falling. Just, I don't know. I think we maybe got a little bit of a late start, but either that or all the leaves just came down at once. But how is it going so far?
It's going well. It started as it always does. The challenge was it's been extraordinarily dry, as we know from the wildfires and the other environmental challenges that are being faced. And there was a really windy weekend.
Yeah, it really was.
Fell at once. Yeah. So early in the season and late in the season, when you can put your leaves out on Monday and they're gone by Thursday, when everything falls at once, the crews are out busy working. They'll get to it in short order.
Yeah, I think they do a great job. I've seen them. Yeah. I've seen them around.
They're working hard.
They are working hard. We love that. Yeah. And then let's just pray for everybody with the wildfires and hope that everything gets under control, because we need rain. Not too much, but
we need rain.
And congratulations to all the Eagle Scouts. That's it.
Excellent, Councilman Cole.
All right, I'd just like to congratulate the high school football team. They ended with an 8-3 record, made it to the playoffs for the second year in a row. Congratulations to all the coaches and the players. Company 1 met on 11/1. They had to move me up on the agenda because there was a home football game that night, and I had to get back to work the snack stand. So I gave my quick report, and I booked out of there to get back to the high school. The PTHS Alumni Veterans Wall ceremony, there is a helicopter landing at 10:30 behind the high school this Sunday, November 17th. That helicopter will take off roughly at 11:45. He will circle around the ceremony, which begins at 12 a couple times. Then he'll land at Lincoln Park Airport and make his way back to the ceremony. Right now we have 202 people for the luncheon at the castle, which is a huge number. We only guaranteed 100. We didn't think we would have much more than that, but we got 202 people attending the luncheon. Kyle from DPW did a great job at the shred day. And I think the shred day was great. I mean, there was a lot of people there. I had my stuff out on the bed of the cover of my pickup before I was able to even get out of the truck. Kyle had one box already off and in the bucket. So congrats to Kyle, and thank everyone that was involved with that. As Melissa said, the SJG Veterans Concert, it's always such a great event. Every year the third graders put on a great event. Mikey Sherrill did send someone, Melanie Holmes, to attend, and she did have 2 proclamations for 2 World War II vets that were supposed to attend. Bud Hardacre was one of them. He turned 102 that day, and the other one was Mr. Cronin. He could not attend, but his son, he was a little under the weather that day. His son was there and accepted the proclamation on his dad's behalf. So amazing that that the World War II vets, especially Mr. Hardacre, was able to still, attend, and it's greatly appreciated. That
He looks great from
he
here,
does.
too.
He does.
He really does.
He does. And the last thing that I have, and I know DPW is extremely busy, but with the water low at the dog park, is there any way that we can try to get the trees that are on the banks that are fallen? There's a ton of fallen trees.
First priority to the dog park is to get it fixed. Then we got to get to the trees, but yes. I'll make a note.
Yeah.
Just whatever can be done, we can do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it would be great firewood. I'm sure it's pretty dry unless it's been wet, but...
Yeah, I think we got a long list right now.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely add it to the list based upon the beneficial conditions.
Yeah. I'm not asking to cut any trees down, it's just the trees that are already fallen. If we could get those cleaned up on the banks, that would be great. And that's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, next, Councilman DeRisi.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Shade Tree Committee did meet. It's nice to see trees going, plantings going in. I know Adam said I think we got the rest of the trees by now.
Yes, sir.
So that's good. We'll get those in. Congrats to all the Eagle Scouts again. It's awesome. We have another 4. I know this town has quite a few of them, so thank you for that. Thank you to the Girl Scouts for showing up. I think that's a great idea. Don't butterflies eat mosquitoes too?
No clue.
I don't think so.
No? I thought they did.
Dragonflies. Dragonflies eat
Bats, but I thought they did too. But anyway, I think it's a good idea. They're pretty neat to look at. I heard the concert at SJG was great. I was planning on going, but I couldn't. So apologize for that. And I just want to give a shout out to the First Aid Squad for whatever they do. They do a lot of work in town. They go on a lot of calls. They do a lot of training. So just a separate shout out to them. And my last thing is pray for rain. We need it. That's what I got.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Russell.
Thank you. None of my committees met. Environmental meets tomorrow on the 13th. The library meets on the 20th. Preservation Trust, I am meeting on the 19th. I don't know why they did it so close to that. Congratulations. The Girl Scouts, great. I love when they come in and they all talk, and I love it when kids speak early because it's not easy getting up here and speaking. We are discussing volunteers. If you want to be a volunteer, please feel free to fill out that form to be a volunteer. We will select the volunteers. And on that note, try try to be nice to the volunteers. They volunteer their time, and, sometimes people are just not acting correct towards them. They're downright mean. Congratulations, Vinny and Dave, on the election, along with Steve Shaw, Deb Smith, John Krikis, Heather Darling, Mikey Sherrill, and President Trump. It was a crazy election. Let's all work together now and get everything moving in the right direction. Mr. Hardacre, happy birthday. That was awesome. 102. He looks fabulous. And it was. That concert was very, very good. They're always good. Amory Finnegan does such a phenomenal job. She works so hard on that.
Yeah.
And you can see how much she loves it.
Yeah.
She just loves to do it, and we love her there. But that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. She also does Hillview, too. She is great. All right. A couple of things. Open space meeting, I just had a couple of questions. Do we have signs at all of our parks? They were asking specifically about PV Park, but signs that say like open dusk till dawn.
I'd have to check. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
And then the other question was like, so now that PV Park is open for anybody to use, do we have any clarification? Is it only for township residents, or can anybody go in there and use it?
I don't know.
Okay. And then that goes back to the
dusk till dawn, sure.
Dusk till dawn and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's restricted in terms of its funding. That's a question that requires research.
Yeah. Okay. First Aid Squad has passed their budget. Their calls. Last month, they had 81 calls. They had 3 all calls. Out of the 81 calls, there was a total of 26 to Cedar Crest. We're still having an issue with Cedar Crest that we have to figure out. So to give you an idea, back in 2021, total squad calls were 898. Total calls to Cedar Crest were 194, about 21%. That was over the year. 2024, through October, we've had 849 calls overall and 322 to Cedar Crest. Almost 40%. And what I'm hearing from them is it's calls for, it's not big calls. It's calls for transportation. It's calls for I've got a cold. It's calls for, ridiculous stuff. So Cedar Crest is supposed to have a medical center open. Apparently it's not open overnight. So the default is giving us a call or calling Morris County. But unfortunately, we're free because they're residents. So I think we're getting taken advantage of, and it's something that we have to definitely fix. This Saturday, 8 a.m., is the First Aid Squad Santa Pancake Breakfast. It's going to be awesome. They're going to be great. Again, happy birthday. 102 to Bud Hardacre. That's amazing. You're right. He looks phenomenal. Congratulations to the Pequannock Township High School Marching Band. They won states in 3 opens, so that was very exciting. I'm sure I am forgetting something because I feel like I am. Other than that, I guess election's over. That's wonderful. Thank God Trump got in. That is a phenomenal thing. I prayed for that, and I can't wait.
It's this Saturday?
This Saturday.
It's December 7th, according to the flyer.
I mentioned
Let me double check it. You are probably right because I was looking at our December. Yes, it's December 7th. 8 a.m. My bad, because I was looking at the wrong date.
Wait, December 7th, 8 a.m. is the pancake?
The pancake breakfast. Yeah, December
Santa?
7th, 8 a.m. And Santa's going to be there. Are you excited?
I am.
All right.
I've been very good.
Other than that, that's all I have.
The only reason I knew it because I'll be away.
No.
And I was like, damn,
You're going to miss Santa?
I'm here this Saturday, but I'm not here on the 7th.
And then
Never want to miss Santa.
aren't they having an event the 9th?
The 9th?
Didn't we just get an email? The First Aid Squad is having their meeting and then like a little holiday thing that we were
Yeah, so that's our Christmas party at 7 o'clock on Monday the 9th.
At 7.
Yeah, so they're asking everybody from town council.
And then this Friday is their installation dinner.
Yeah, this Friday is their regular installation dinner. Correct.
So the 7th is the 9th is the Christmas party dinner thing?
No,
After their meeting at the squad house.
Is that, what time's that?
That's
7:30?
at the thing at 7.
Right.
They
Is
have,
everybody going this Friday?
Yes, so this Friday is the First Aid Squad installation dinner, starts at 6:30. It's at the Tides Estate.
that one I can't
I'll be
make.
a couple
I'm not
minutes
going
late
to that.
because I also have the marching band season dinner, starts at the same time. And then Monday, or Sunday, Saturday the 7th, December 7th is Santa breakfast, and then Monday the 9th is the First Aid Squad holiday party. Hopefully we got all that right. All right, next on the agenda is public comment. As a reminder, we welcome comments, suggestions, and questions rather than dialogue during the public comment period, and comments are limited to 3 minutes. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized to come to the microphone and provide your name for the record. Come on up. 3 times, third time's a charm.
Good evening, Council. Sharon Taylor. Adam, I forgot to ask you when I was up before. I noticed walking on the boulevard, right around, I think it's by House 253 on the boulevard, there's a truck route sign. It looked like it was hit, and for quite some time it's been kind of hitting the ground, like the whole metal part of it. So is that, do I need to put a request in to get that fixed, removed, or is that something DPW could do?
That's the county.
It's a county road, but we'll communicate about it.
Okay, I noticed it's been a while, and I'm afraid it's getting darker, a kid's gonna not see it and then go right into it. And that's the only comment I had, question.
Thank you.
Sharon.
Anybody else?
It has been down for a while, or flattened.
Come on up.
My name's Mary Kay Schmerman. I have 3 things to say. I'm concerned about, it's really great to have the trail, but I'm really concerned about the crossings. I'm really afraid somebody's going to get really, really hurt, or it seems to me that, and I don't know how you solve this problem, but when I watch people do the flashing lights, there seems to be, people are already out in the street, and then the lights start to flash. So I don't know, to me, that's a real safety concern. And cars are going pretty fast on those crossings. I don't know if anybody else has been watching or not, but, so I'm just concerned about the safety of the crossings. I know it's a lovely thing to have in town. I don't know if anybody else has talked about the safety of the crossings. And I know I've heard other people. I was wondering if there was any update of the parking lot for the library, the major parking lot, as to where that stands. And my other comment is that I'm really, really happy that Mikey Sherrill is my representative, and I'm really, really happy that Andy Kim won the Senate seat. And I'm really afraid for what's going to happen with what's going to happen to our country. And Henry Semick was here the other time, and he was talking about fascism, and I'm really thinking that we better really be concerned about that. And one of the topics he was concerned about, and I agree with him, is our educational system and what's going to happen if the Department of Education is actually demolished. And the other thing that really concerns me is the incidence of people speaking of being nice to each other. Since the election, there have been many instances where people have not been treated very nicely if your color of you have a different color skin. And I've heard of a situation where someone was wearing a red hat and their child was with them. This person was eating lunch, And this person went up to this person and said, "Go back to where you come from." And then their child spit on this person's lunch. So I think we all have to be aware, we all have to try to get along, but these conditions are being created, and I think we have to be very, very concerned. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I just,
Please come up to the mic.
It's not a comment. On the back of your agenda, you have the next meeting, Tuesday, November 22nd. I don't think that's right. Are you having another meeting? Dana Witzak, 6 Bryan Court. Are you having a meeting on Tuesday, November 22nd? Because I think the 22nd is not a Tuesday.
It's the 26th.
So the meeting will be the 26th?
26th,
You
yeah.
will have it, or are you going to cancel it because it's Thanksgiving week?
No, we're going to have it.
Okay.
Where does it say that?
On the back.
Good pickup. Yes, thank you.
Oh, yeah, look at that, sorry.
Okay, so it'll be the 26th, and you're not going to cancel because it's Thanksgiving week?
No.
Okay.
We have to pay bills.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, moving right along. There are no minutes for approval.
Mayor, there was one question.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah, there's just one question from Mr. Sherman regarding the status of the library parking lot. It's subject to the agreement, which is awaiting execution. It is subject to the agreement, which is awaiting execution.
The parking lot. Exactly does that mean in layman's terms?
Give me a call.
Give me a call, okay, I'll give you a call.
Yeah, happy, or after the meeting, see me and I'll have it go over.
Okay, thank you very much.
Quick question on the rail trail. Has it been given over to the county yet? Do you know?
It was planned, I know, to be turned over to the county on the 1st of November, the county parks commission. I don't know if that happened.
Okay.
I see that there's still work happening, so I'm not sure if it's been accepted or not.
And that's just our part of it.
That's just a specific portion of it because there's an area in Wayne that hasn't been completed.
And I was going to say, because there's still supposed to be gates or something at each intersection.
I don't believe there was ever going to be gates, but there's going to be a beam to prevent a vehicle from driving.
Right, there's the pole where the
But there
orange
won't be
thing
the
is.
chicanes where you have to dismount the bike.
Got it, okay. All right. Next on the agenda is closed session. Is there a motion to approve Resolution 2024-213, authorizing the town council to meet in executive session to discuss matters of attorney-client privilege, litigation of the Cedar Crest tax appeal, and potential litigation with the Middlesex County Municipal Joint Insurance Fund? Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? At this time, the public portion of the meeting is recessed for closed session.